I took pictures of Kevin Hart before. They say Kevin Hart, they look short. Anybody short, Floyd Mayweather, Muggsy Bogues, but anybody short. Besides myself, that's crazy.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Pierce Simpson. I'm joined here, as always, by Complex Sports editor Adam Caparel. Adam, how you feeling, man?
We're feeling good. We hit on those Jags yesterday, +8
Hey,
points.
money line was good.
Right.
Okay. And today we have a special guest, filling in for Mr. Gilbert Arenas. We have Nate Robinson.
Yeah, welcome, Nate. Thank you
guys for coming.
Two-time NBA slam dunk champion. Three-time? Forgive me. 3-time. Man, okay. Put them stats up.
Let me get my extra.
Yeah, I love it. Nate, you're filling in for Gilbert Arenas, who's away on personal things. How you feeling, man? Welcome to
I feel great, man. This is awesome. LA is beautiful. I told Gilbert, I said, how you gonna have me on your show and you ain't even here? But filling in for him, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk some sports, some stuff.
Yeah.
Plenty to talk about.
It's gonna be awesome.
You trying to say Gil might not get his job back? That's how this works?
We'll let the fans choose.
If it goes well enough.
We'll let the fans choose.
I love it. But you came in at the perfect time. On the heels of the conference championship games in the NFL, we're going to start things off with the AFC. The Patriots secure yet another Super Bowl spot with a comeback victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were down 20-10 early in the fourth quarter. Brady went off, being Tom Brady as he normally does. Came back, game-winning touchdown pass to Danny Amendola. Nate, I'll ask this question to you first. Was this more of a Patriots victory or a Jaguars choke?
I would say a little bit of both. I mean, because like you said, going in the game, the Jaguars already have it in the back of their mind that, Tom Brady's on the other side.
Yeah.
But their defense played great all season. And, they have those lapses where you can't get a stop, something goes wrong, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, they did a great job. Brady's Brady. them deflated balls, they really come into play.
You alluded to some type of scandal. Of course, the deflated balls were a couple years ago with the whole Deflategate thing. But the Patriots were called for one penalty the entire game. This is the first time that this has happened since the 2011 AFC Championship game. Jaguar fans are already saying that it's a conspiracy. Cap, what do you think about one penalty call?
No, the NFL is clearly rigged. The fact that Patriots had one penalty the entire game, and it got, again, as a Jets fan who's been dealing with this nonsense for the entirety of Belichick being in New England, and then when Brady came on board, even worse. It's amazing how the Patriots get every single call. We saw that with the BS pass interference, in the first half. That was a big play that kind of helped get the momentum into halftime. You saw other non-calls and just other bounce of the ball go their way. It's very frustrating when, the Miles Jack strip that should have been, allowed him to go the other way, but a bigger play for the Jaguars didn't get called. And just other nonsense, you kind of just pick up that. For whatever reason, whether it's Bill Belichick sacrificing family members or his deal with the devil, for whatever reason, everything goes the Patriots' way. Another frustrating day as a non-Patriots fan watching them get to a Super Bowl. And it's just one day this has to end, and it's a continual nightmare if you're not a Patriots fan.
Right. I believe the referee for the game was Clete Blakeman.
Who was patting Brady on the chest at the end of the game.
And patting Brady on the chest.
So we have to question. So it's
you think so?
Question that. You have to question, why are you so happy? All you're doing is here, you got stripes on. You should be reffing. That's it.
It's 2 against 1 for the Jags yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
not smiling.
Clearly in the pocket for the Patriots, and then on top of Bill Belichick's deal with the devil and Tom Brady, it's just you can't. How can you win? I wouldn't call it a choke job.
Right.
I mean, they played too conservative in the second half, especially the fourth quarter. They should open the playbook a little bit more. But hats off a little bit. But the NFL's rigged.
They had Blake Bortles at quarterback, so to open
but Blake Bortles played okay.
You know what? Actually, I will give him credit. He played pretty well yesterday. Nate, if you remember the Jacksonville Jaguars and you saw the referee congratulating Tom Brady, how would you feel? It'd kind of be a little skeptical, right?
I mean, I'll be a little salty knowing that, why are y'all celebrating? That's what I'm saying. You might as well hand him the football and let him Grunk spike it if he's in the game doing all that. But at the same time, that's what people got to understand. It's hard dealing with trying to figure out if is it really rigged like that? Do they really? Is this what they really want every year? They want the Patriots to go to Super Bowl every single year?
That's a great little segue because there was also a Facebook post that the NFL had to come out and apologize for because it had a preview of the Super Bowl in Minneapolis with the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. So it seems like maybe they were hoping for that game to happen, but Cap, as you'll take it over.
Of course they want the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I mean, the NFL's concerned about ratings and appearances, and of course you want your superstar Tom Brady to be in the big game. Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars are not going to, make it a hot Super Bowl that people really want to watch and tune into. So, again, as a gambler on a weekly basis, I can tell you with 100% certainty that the NFL is rigged. It's completely rigged. Completely rigged.
Of course, Brady had the 12 stitches on his throwing hand. Well, was it throwing hand?
Yeah.
On the thumb? Yeah, 12 stitches. His stats were 26 for 38, 290 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We'll see if he can carry over that momentum in the Super Bowl.
Also, hats off to Jimmy Garoppolo. He still got himself an $80,000 bonus for the Patriots going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, because technically
Big time.
he's
Get paid, yes.
Hey,
Get paid.
hey.
Easy money.
I love it. I love it.
All right, over in the NFC, we saw Nick Foles and the Eagles dominate the Vikings, and Philly is now headed to the franchise's third Super Bowl. Foles threw for 352 yards, 3 TDs, impressive performance, scoring 38 unanswered in the link.
Yeah.
But I guess my question for you guys is, do we give the Eagles fans the real credit for this victory because of the nonsense we saw beforehand? We saw them riding with police. We saw them throwing beer bottles and beer cans at Vikings fans, and there was a warning out to Vikings fans in Philly not to wear your team paraphernalia and team colors out there. So who's the real MVP of this game? Is it the Philly defense or the Philly fans?
And there was also a picture that they were having to put Crisco on the light poles before the game because fans couldn't
climb.
Yeah, that didn't work actually. I saw some videos from Philly. It did not work. So nice try for the Philly fans.
That's hilarious. But I mean, but you come on now. Like, they make it to the Super Bowl, they got to be hyped. Like the fans are they're ecstatic. Like they're hyped. The team made it. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't be too happy about the Sixers right now. Like, they have to be happy about something.
But you played in Philly for, a ton of times, especially Knicks. You played Philly at least 2 times per season. So Give us a taste of what the Philly fans are really about. Is this like a accurate representation of what the Philly fans tend to be? Or is this kind of
I just say when you're hyped, you'll say, as a fan, you'll say anything, do anything when your team's running. Like I said, people really they make their football teams or whatever and basketball teams about a part of their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people really bleed and die for their team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it be like that. Like I grew up in Seattle, Washington, Oakland, California. I used to go to the Raiders game as a kid and the Oakland A's games, and people used to literally duke it out, like fight all the time. I'm like, why are y'all fighting? Oh, he said that the A's sucked. And I'm like, over a game that it's a game.
Yeah.
Like, why y'all tripping so hard? But they literally die by that.
Philly fans have the reputation of being these hard-nosed or, scrabblers that'll just do kind of crazy shit. Like, there's always the stories of, like, throwing batteries at at football games. So did, like, any Philly Sixers fan ever throw quarters?
I don't really think that, because the Philly was really never good like that when I was really in the league, besides when Iverson was there. But they didn't have no reason to do that.
Apparently Eagles fans are the ones that wild out.
Philly fans are cruel. I mean, they cheered when Michael Irvin was down on the turf in, I believe, 1998. Yeah, boots Santa Claus. Like,
they don't care.
They don't care.
There's no filter with them.
They go all out. Between them and the Bills Mafia, those might be the two.
Shout out the East Coast.
Yeah, listen, 2 most rowdy fan bases in sports. But of course, Philly, they're taking on the New England Patriots. This is a rematch from the Super Bowl in 2005.
Yeah, they don't have throwing up Donovan McNabb.
Right. Or T.O. on a broken leg.
Yeah.
But he showed up.
He did.
Showed up, hurt, and you know what I'm saying, did his thing. But
Donovan McNabb can never live down the fact that he vomited during the middle of the game.
I mean, that's what I remember as a young kid, throwing up Willie Beeman. He was Willie Beeman. He was a real life Willie Beeman.
Who do you think has the advantage going into the Super Bowl? In my opinion, it's rather obvious. The team that has Tom Brady on it, the Patriots, going into the Super Bowl.
I mean, they do, but
there's always
with
chance
the
for
Eagles,
upset.
you got to understand, like, if they don't win, like you said, if it's not a Super Bowl, it's a bust that whole season. My question is, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl as a quarterback and Nick Foles, what are you asking for if you win the Super Bowl and you're that quarterback that helped your team get to the Super Bowl and win it?
So you're saying, what is Nick Foles asking?
I mean, they have a quarterback dilemma. You have like
They don't.
They do.
Come on, no.
They do. He deserves something at some point. Like,
yeah, but Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate.
Exactly.
That's fine. He's white. He's right. He deserves that right there. But he did not help this team. He didn't help his team in the playoffs get there. He's on the sideline.
Yeah, but Carson Wentz made them an elite team in the regular season.
Yeah. He did. They were awesome.
So you're
a great team.
Put yourself in a Philly fan's shoe, though. You want to have a quarterback.
I am putting myself in the Philly. I'm putting myself in Wentz being a player that's came off the bench my whole career in basketball.
Yeah.
So I'm putting myself in Nick Foles' shoes. Like, okay, if I'm the quarterback playing at this high level and helping my team get, and read his stats. What was his stats?
Foles threw for 352 yards yesterday and 3 TDs.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. A good performance, yes, against a very good defense
Exactly.
to the Vikings.
Wow. Okay.
But, no, it was
going.
Nick Foles,
Now I'm just saying,
MVP the entire regular season. No.
He never got to play, really. Who knows?
Because he couldn't, because Carson Wentz is better.
But we've seen this
He is.
time and
I'm not
time.
saying he's not.
But we've seen this time and time again with Nick Foles. I believe he has the most touchdowns in a single game with 7. They did it against the Oakland Raiders a few years back. We've seen Nick Foles start
spurts.
We exactly think he's going to do well and flame
like I
out.
said, we'll see if he wins. I'm just saying, if he wins this Super Bowl and he gets MVP.
You have more leverage if you win the Super Bowl.
So many people has every quarterback that has Flacco win the Super Bowl, MVP, 100 million.
Wait, time.
60.
Back up.
100 million.
Yeah.
You're saying
you can
that
ask for that.
I'm not saying Nick Foles is asking. Now I'm just asking what does that look like for him?
So if Nate
I'm asking that.
was a Philadelphia Eagles quarterback,
If I'm a quarterback
for $100 million.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, they can say no. Tell me no to my face. I'm okay with the hear, no, we think you're this. Okay, cool. I was thinking I was that too, but I just threw my number out there like everybody else.
Nick Foles going to hear a lot of no's if he's asking for that
Nick
kind of
Foles,
money.
don't be afraid, bro. I'm with you on this. I hope you guys do win the Super Bowl. If you're watching Out of Bounds right now, letting you know, I'm rooting for you, bro.
If that's the case.
I'm rooting for the underdog, bro. I've been that same guy my whole life. So
It's New England versus everybody in the Super Bowl. Okay?
Listen, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, this might be the only time now I'll side with Trump and be like, listen, let's just boycott this time. This is like literally the only issue that I'll be with Trump on.
As a Jets fan and New Yorker also, there's almost no way I can win in the Super Bowl too, so I may boycott
Like, you can't win. Like, as a Cowboys fan, you don't want to see Philly win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to see New England win it again.
Although, actually, I take that back.
You just hope they just go to
I just might be a hater.
unlimited overtimes.
Exactly.
When nobody goes home, just everybody.
Philly winning a Super Bowl for the first time in franchise history would be monumental, just because the Philly fans, what we saw this past weekend with the NFC Championship, how wild that
If
would
they
be.
win, they're going to burn that whole city.
Exactly, yeah. So, we should root for that, because the hellscape that would be Philadelphia in the aftermath would be hilarious.
Social media will go berserk.
The clips would be insane.
Now, Nate, you mentioned the whole you being an underdog and rooting for the underdog. There's definitely a David and Goliath element. Tom Brady could capture his, 6th Super Bowl victory if he wins this game. Of course, the Eagles are the underdogs. They've been playing that up this entire playoff run. If you're Philly, what's your mindset going into the Super Bowl where nobody gives you a chance?
Exactly. We have nothing to lose but everything to gain.
Yeah.
And that's how you got to, prepare yourself. We know that, Brady's going to be Brady. At the times when we need 3 and outs, we need those. Those 3 and outs are big. Those, you know what I'm saying? And then when Philly is in third downs, short thirds down, you gotta complete those. You know what I'm saying? Every point matters. Kicking the field goals, making the field goals, playing together on defense, doing what you're supposed to do as a team. And you just wait for the results after the game and see what happens.
So, of course, this is a super, super early Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to go around. Nate, who you feel like is going to win Super Bowl this year?
We already know the Patriots are going to win it. I don't want them to win it.
So we had all this talk.
I don't want them to win it, but you can't count Brady out, man. Yeah. I love Tom Brady. His quarterback, you know what I'm saying, what he's done. I mean, he makes average Joes look like superstars, bro. And I'm like, he could probably make me look like, if I was playing receiver, he make me feel, I'm a believer in myself. At him at quarterback, I can run some routes and he can throw me the ball for sure. Yeah. But like you said, Belichick, one of the best coaches. The New England, they have the recipe and everything to feed the world and showing look, this is the blueprint of how to win. And they do it every year.
Really impressive.
But there's only 3 elite talents with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Brady, Gronkowski, who now has a concussion situation heading into the Super Bowl, and Belichick.
You think other than that, let him play?
No, he's going to play, but I'm saying, that still could linger in some way, shape, or form. But other than that, on the Patriots roster, who else are you deeming truly elite talent?
But that's the good thing about them.
That defense has been.
They don't have that, like you said. They don't have no go-to player besides you said Gronkowski. But other than that, they're well-rounded all over the board, man.
But they have the GOAT at the position that matters the most.
Brady elevates everybody, and obviously Belichick elevates everyone else around him. So
But what do you think about Cap? Who you rolling with?
Well, all right. According to my sources in the desert, the betting line is now ticked up a notch. So I'm going to take the Eagles getting 6 points. Officially lock that in. I think that the Eagles can keep it very close and actually could very well easily upset the Patriots because I don't think they're that great other than Brady. Yeah. So again, the Patriots, the Eagles, a la what the Vikings didn't do, but essentially they have a pass rush that can limit and get and annoy Tom Brady. And we talked about this last week. How do you beat Tom Brady? Consistent pass rush. Yeah. The Jaguars did that in the first half of the game.
Yep.
Didn't do it in the second half.
Yeah.
But the Eagles have a defense to annoy Brady and do what we've seen time and time again annoys him and cause the Patriots to lose, pressure him constantly.
If the Eagles win, I want them to blow them out, though. I don't want it to. I want it to be like how they did.
That'd be beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. How they did today, like yesterday, they need to do that.
And again, the Patriots defense, not that good.
Yeah.
So the Eagles can put some points on them real easy.
Yeah, I think they have all the entire recipe to potentially give the Patriots trouble. Rush 4, cover, lock down.
But I think
I hope the Eagles win.
The whole GOAT discussion, though, I think Tom Brady now officially has to be
best quarterback
the greatest quarterback of all time.
Facts.
He's gone to another Super Bowl. He's 40 years old right now, and still he's going to be the MVP of the league.
Yeah, he might.
Like 40. He has to be. The Joe Montana comparisons, all that other nonsense. It has to think it now be Tom Brady definitively.
I think Charlemagne the God said it best last season when Tom Brady came back 28-3 against the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. He literally beat the internet, and the internet's undefeated. The internet was coming through with memes and everything, and before you know it, Tom Brady's hosting his 5th Super Bowl title. Now, we alluded to Tom Brady kind of defeating the internet, but we had some internet stars come through last week, Nick and Dan Rue, and while they ravaged our set, we talked a little bit about their success stories and how they linked up with a variety of different athletes. Now, these two gentlemen crashed our show, and I just want y'all to know this is not the way to get on Out of Bounds, but we figured Nick and Dan Rue here, we might as well interview the fellas. Okay, they still going at it. Fellas, how y'all doing? Don't leave me hanging. What's up?
We're doing good.
Y'all good? Y'all good?
Yeah, we live.
Crashed the show, almost knocked over our monitor. You took Gilbert Arenas' cup. You wrote on the board.
Right.
It kind of worked because it didn't the race.
But did you die, though?
That's what you're going to go with? Okay. How did you two link up? Because y'all both from New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's from Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, all right.
And I'm from New Orleans.
It's an hour away.
So, but when we was in college, he was going to LSU, PWI. I was going to HBCU, you know what I'm saying, Southern University.
Right.
He would leave his school and come to where all the black people was, and he'd just start, everybody be dancing. He'd get in the middle, and it'd be the only white dude dancing. And he was like, yo, Nick, you on the mic, shout him out. I was like, bro, I don't know him. Shout him out, you're not getting paid. So I shot him out. He came up there, he did the Drake, all the celebrities do that.
They hard. Were they hard?
Yeah, like a heartburn thing.
Like, right.
I shook his hand. So I appreciate you, brother. And I was like, all right, bro, I got you. And after that, it was history.
And throughout you guys' success, y'all have encountered a lot of athletes, if I'm not mistaken, Odell Beckham Jr., Anthony Davis. How do you link up with these guys?
Well, see, they was brothers in college.
Well, so
they was rooming with each other.
Wow.
They was rooming with each other.
Now.
Okay, how would you describe Odell? Is he what he seems on?
Odell's a great person.
That dude lit, bro.
Yeah, bro, and like he's one of those guys that take the shirt off your back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He one of the guys that put clothes on you too. You know what I'm saying? He helped you out in multiple ways.
What athlete have y'all worked with that kind of surprised you that either they were super cool or they knew your work?
Nah, it was a blessing to be around Anthony Davis.
Anthony's cool, bro.
Yeah, we didn't know he was talking about it. He'd be like, Chicago mess with y'all hard, bro. Like, y'all gotta come to the city. I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? His voice deep and stuff like that. What the hell? Gotta change his speaker box, boy. For too skinny to have a deep voice like that.
Bro. But it's a blessing, man. Like Von Miller. Yeah, Von. I met him through O.
Now, who has some of the worst touchdown dances that you've seen? Can y'all say that?
I'm mad at Mark Ingram.
Why you upset at Mark?
Because he did the little dance like this.
Oh yeah.
I don't like it.
That upset you?
I don't like how he do it. It's like a penguin just waddling. He too buff for that. He do better doing our dance.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
So I have a little history with the Nene. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to be part of We Are Tunes, guys who created the Nene. JJ Watt, bro. I don't know what his name was pretty bad.
It was pretty awful.
Something about doing something like I was like,
very stiff.
I thought he was doing a royalty wave. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, but you mentioned New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
What happened in the playoffs?
No disrespect, bro. No disrespect. Do not disrespect the Saints. No.
Brother, what happened on the final play?
Look, this what happened.
My man Marcus Williams.
My man, he was thinking of that man's career because he was up in the air. He didn't want to hit him too early and hurt him. So what he did was he missed on purposely accident. Cause he could have got.
Hey, what's up, baby? How y'all fuckers doing, huh? Yeah, I can fuck some shit up too.
Gil pulled a y'all on y'all.
That's crazy. Where your partner at? Where your partner in crime at?
I'm right here.
Y'all let Kevin Durant on the show?
Damn.
Hey, I'm gonna have to recut all this, all right? Recut all that. Recut.
Dan, if you had to describe in dance what the New Orleans Saints fans had to feel like after this Marcus Williams game up that touchdown, what would it be?
Something like
Okay, let me see.
something like this.
Just a spaz. Okay. All right. Is he all right?
All right, Dan. Come on, Dan. You gotta get up, Dan.
He out for the count.
He's done.
Something like that. Okay.
That's basically how all the Saints fans felt.
But no, I still appreciate him for because throughout the whole season, without him, it wouldn't have been a Saints.
Listen,
season.
in that game, if he didn't make that interception, the momentum wouldn't have shifted, and y'all wouldn't.
Right, we probably would have lost by more than that.
Yes, fellas, what can fans expect from y'all in 2018? Is there any type of athletes you want to work with, celebrities? What can fans expect from them?
We switching it up, bro. We about to start doing some ignorant stuff, like some jackass stuff.
How would you advise somebody that's looking to grow their social media presence and their brand?
Bro, it's consistency. You gotta keep posting. You gotta post something that relates to everybody.
Yeah.
Something that everybody like. Either if you making them laugh, then you gotta post funny content certain days. You gotta just keep your page active. Yeah. If you posting music, a freestyle here, freestyle there, post your music. It's just you gotta be consistent.
Target the things that are going on in the world.
Yeah,
like the fake Hawaiian ballistic bomb that we got scared of because we were in Hawaii.
Right.
We were about to start swimming.
Right.
Trying to get away.
Okay, and we mentioned a dance. If you in the league in the NFL, you mentioned that you're good homies with Odell Beckham Jr. Let's say you catch a slant, take it to the house, score a touchdown. What's your dance?
Oh, I mean that's
obvious, right?
That's easy.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? You know, a whole lot of
Peter. We got hibachi.
I can be you, Peter, Piper, Picker, Pepper. Yeah, that's the move, man. That's the move. That one right there.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing? You gotta put the voice on.
What's the voice?
No, that was not the voice.
But then you do it.
All right, Dan, come on, Dan. Oh no, Dan, baby, I said Peter, Piper, Pickup.
Go Gilbert, go. Hey.
That's my man Kevin Durant, baby. Look at him with the BBs in his head, baby. That's the grandpa stroke, baby. What is he doing? Yeah. That is not the one, Gilbert, son.
And since we have three-time NBA slam dunk champion Nate Robinson in here with us, we obviously have to talk about the association. So over the weekend, we had a few interesting results. We want to talk about some of the contenders this past weekend and if there are any lessons to be learned from the games and the results that we saw. So let's start first with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got blown out by the Thunder, a 148-124 victory for Oklahoma City. Melo, Russ, PG, and Steven Adams all went for 20 points. Cleveland, again, a complete mess on defense. First time a LeBron James team has allowed that many points. So, Nate, is there anything to be pulled out of that one performance, or are we still kind of just overall talking about how shitty the Cleveland defense is right now?
It's still the regular season. You know, guys are getting ready for All-Star coming up. Second half of the season is approaching. But, I mean, nobody wants to play Cleveland in the playoffs anyway. So that's what it's all about. They just got to clean up a couple areas, I believe, and they'll be all right. You know, offensively, of course, I mean, you know, they got Isaiah Thomas, LeBron James, they got a whole team full of guys. But, I mean, when you see that they're panicking is when they start making trades to try to fix things.
Well, do you think they need to make a trade?
So, I don't know what they need to do. I know that we're going to wait when All-Star Weekend come. When you see the changes being made, that's when you'll know.
I mean, they're
worried about something.
Their MO the past several years is to make a deadline deal, or at least a deal close to the deadline, and kind of tweak the roster in some way, shape, or form. I mean, if you put yourself in Kobe Altman's shoes right now, would you dangle out a first-round draft pick, that Brooklyn pick, to potentially get a big-time guy that was available, a la maybe a DeAndre Jordan, or if
because they've been to the finals with the same team they added Isaiah Thomas.
So you're going to roll with the roster?
Why not?
You think they can flip a switch?
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, nobody wants to play them, no matter. Just think if Cleveland's an 8th seed.
I want to play them right now.
Just hypothetically say they're an 8th seed. That's a dangerous-ass 8th seed.
Yeah.
Nobody want they're not going to want to play them, whoever's the number 1 seed in the East at that time. Nobody's going to want to play them.
Yeah.
So that's why I said they have too much behind them.
They're still your team to beat.
Yeah, that's the team. Yeah, facts.
I just think it's rather interesting that you score 124 points and you still get blown out in a game, and you give up 148 points.
I mean, sometimes, like you said, that's the first time it's happened. Sometimes it'd be just clicking, like you said, OKC clicking like that. That's dangerous too.
Now, that's a scary team.
That's like we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. So 148 from OKC on the King and and the Land, whatever they call themselves. Like that's different. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
But if Melo, PG, Russ, and Steven Adams are giving you 20 every single night, that's.
But it hasn't happened. That's the first time it's happened.
So that's do that on a somewhat consistent basis, and you can't expect them to do that every single game. But if they do that, and get close to those numbers,
then they'll make it out of the West. If you can do that, you can make it out of the West. If you can't, if you got to do that at the right time when it's like you got to strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah.
And Cleveland, like you said, they do it every year.
Right.
So does the Warriors, and that's been the two finals for the last 3-4 years in a row almost. Like if this would be the fourth year if it is, like that's.
And you mentioned those trades. There's been rumors that the Cleveland Cavaliers were eyeing Sacramento point guard George Hill, which could be a fit, could not. I mean, it's depth.
Do you see the Warriors doing all this? Besides,
no, they don't have to.
But it's exactly my point. Okay, so exactly my point. You don't see the Warriors stick to what they're playing. They, like you said, they're stronger by the numbers.
Hey, Nick.
They're stronger by the numbers. Now Cleveland, you guys don't have a Klay Thompson that can just go out and get. No. You don't have. Steph Curry. You don't have a Draymond Green. You don't have, you don't have these players. But your players are a little bit different. You got Isaiah Thomas that can get it going, but he's on a minute restriction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all that matters. But once the playoff come, they're going to toss that out.
It's called, they have two defensive players on the roster, LeBron and Jay Crowder, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Who the hell else?
Tristan Thompson's supposed to be the defensive guy.
That's not at all.
Not at all?
I mean,
I said they're supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I will give him credit. He's a rebounder.
He can rebound.
So what, D-Wade's not a defender?
Not at this age.
36 years old.
Not at this age. He picks and chooses when he wants to play defense.
What does his age have to do? I don't think.
Because he picks and chooses when he wants to play defense.
All right.
And LeBron doesn't get back on defense either. He doesn't. There's too many transition buckets at LeBron.
He's
taking a chase down. Yeah. He's
like, y'all do that. Y'all figure that out. I'm carrying the load.
But everyone else
y'all
in that roster?
But he's coaching. He's playing, coaching.
Yeah, but Isaiah Thomas plays no defense.
No.
None at all?
None.
I know that should.
No, y'all just say that because he's just little, or
no shade on the little guys.
IT, man, play some defense so these guys will get off your bumper.
But listen, listen.
You gotta play some defense.
When you exerting all your energy on offense, I can't blame you.
But that's what I'm saying. Your offense is your defense. So what you want? You want me to be the defensive guy and not shoot, or you want me to get buckets?
That's better than Kyrie dying on screens. It's like, let's go.
But at some point, you need to make a stop.
You do.
And right now, the Cavs can't get any stops.
Yeah. You mentioned DeAndre Jordan trade. I think you can get him for less than a first-round pick. Look at the market now, and no teams are really going after him. I think your only competition is Milwaukee. But if you're Cleveland, right, the Brooklyn pick is around 7 or 8 right now in lottery projections. Do you take that pick, package it with maybe Tristan Thompson, and another expiring contract to go get Boogie in New Orleans? Are you making that move?
I mean, it's tough. It depends on, do you want them personalities on your team? It's a lot to deal with. You got, that's a lot to, you know what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
And nowadays, I'm old school, bro. I never saw teams that are just willing to just willing to jump ship and just go and team up with. That bothers me.
Really?
As a player, that bothers me. Like
I would never do that deal.
Not just some shit like with me. If I was a superstar on my team and I say, I'm gonna say Seattle, I'm gonna say the Sonics. If I was on the Sonics, because I'm from Seattle, and I'm from Seattle, I'm not leaving. This is where I'm staying. Like, we got to figure it out. I want to stay here. And then we get the players we draft, we make them better.
Listen, you say that, but you played with the Celtics that had the super team that kind of created this whole trend.
Hey, Danny Ainge, I was on the team the next year. Why are you mixing up the team? We're first in the East. What are you doing? Yeah. So you have to ask that. What are you doing?
That's very fair.
You know what I'm saying? You haven't won the championship since you won that one since. You haven't. If you had a chance that year, Kobe, guys win 7 games. You don't play me and Big Baby, that's what happens. What happens when you don't play Nate Robinson and Glenn Davis.
Moving on. Rockets-Warriors, the other big game on Saturday. Warriors had the 14-game road winning streak come to an end, 114-108 victory for the Rockets. Anything to pull out of that game? The one thing I think of note, obviously, Clint Capella had some wild, I'm not crazy, but some wild things to say afterwards, but we saw Clint Capella, Harden, and CP, when they're on the line together, they're now 17-0, and a great performance out of the 3 of them.
That's a good stat. We just got, like you said, you got to do it when it counts.
Hey.
I mean, like I said, you guys, everybody get caught up in regular season. Like, yeah, it's good. Regular season's good to get wins, to, better yourself in the playoff spot. You get your numbers as a player. It's cool. But when it's time to buckle down, you got to get the wins. And like you say, every team that CP's been on in the playoffs hasn't won shit. So we gonna see. Look, so we gonna see CP. We need you to get to the Western Finals.
The Warriors downplayed it afterwards, kind of talking about it's just the regular season. Kevin Durant said the season starts over when you're in the playoffs anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Very fair.
Thank you. So it's 0-0 once you hit that. You hit the playoffs.
But Clint Capella's comments. But he was getting a little cocky afterwards, and basically the incendiary thing he said was, "We are better than them." Do you agree?
But there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
You have to say it as an athlete.
man, like I'm not like when people are like, oh, you better. I'm the best in the world. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like people say, oh yeah, but that's just their opinions. But you know what you put into the game. You know how you feel about your team. The Rockets are good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Rockets are good. The Warriors are good. The Warriors have won championships, Rockets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are, as a team, you guys may be a better team offensively on paper, and, you know, we see it. But, like I said, you have to win when it counts.
Rockets 2-1 against the Warriors this year. Probably will face off, you'd think, at some point in the playoffs. But Warriors had their number heading into the season. I think they had won 10 of the last 11 matchups.
All we're going to say is just, Rockets, just show us that you are better when the time is right. That's all we ask.
And considering
as fans, as watching fans of basketball, just show us that you guys are better.
And Daryl Morey, their GM, talked about how this team is built to beat the Warriors. So it's either you're beating them and you're putting up, or shut up and don't say a goddamn word.
I'll say about a question though.
Yes.
They beat the Warriors, cool, but they still don't win the championship. What?
Yeah,
for me, I don't want no moral victories. I don't. Oh yeah, we beat the Warriors. No. We beat the Warriors and we want to win the championship. So, like that. I mean, but having the Rockets and having what they have, all their army is pretty. Yeah. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Like, they're out there, you know, with snipers.
Yeah.
Sniper games, pretty crazy.
All right,
a couple things real quick before you move on. One, Clint Capella's feeling pretty spicy after you run up on the Clippers. Now you think you're saying that you're better than the Warriors. He might get traded for DeAndre Jordan. That's just something I'm kind of throwing out there. Also, if there's a team that's constructed to beat Golden State, in my opinion, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder and not the Houston Rockets.
And the way they're playing right now, defensively.
That's the thing, is defensively. Houston's just going to try and outscore you each and every game. And as you know, in a playoff series, you can go cold.
Yeah, facts.
You can go ice cold very quickly.
You got to learn, and you have to be able to massage possession.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, if something's not working, to all the way out get the best shot possible.
Because who on that Houston Rockets team is guarding Kevin Durant?
I don't think
nobody.
I mean, Ariza's going to get the assignment.
Yeah, but that's.
But yes, again.
All respect to Trevor Ariza. That's barbecue chicken.
You can't shut down LeBron. You can't shut down KD. They're going to get their numbers. You can't shut down James Harden. Those superstars are always going to get their numbers.
But if you look at a team like Oklahoma City, as we mentioned earlier, you can throw Paul George at Kevin Durant, and that's sort of a matchup that just might be a wash at the end of the day.
Well, it's a wash because PG can obviously score 20-plus points. So it's like a guy like, an Ariza, essentially, if he's going to exert that much energy, you're probably not going to get that much out of him on the other end of the court.
And Houston has, they're at one of the tops of reboundings in the NBA, but defensively, I just don't know. I don't see it when it comes against Golden State. I don't see them.
It's just it's tough, man. Their best bet is their offense has to be their defense.
All right, so what team?
It has to be.
But what team in the West do you give the best chances of knocking off the Warriors in the playoffs right now?
I mean, for me to put if I was to guess, or it would have to be, like you said, OKC. Yeah. I mean, I like you said, Russ, what he's doing, triple doubles, making his team, he just makes his team better. Yeah. He's going to bring that dog, that fight, that heart, that passion. He's going to bring that. And it rubs off on everybody on the team. And they're a solid team. Like you said, and once, they're clicking now at the right time towards the end of the season, going into the play. Nobody wants to play them either. Yeah. But nobody wants to play Houston either. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be fun to watch and how it unfolds and what team is what, because at the end of the season, that matters.
If I'm saying
playing LCs, we got to win 4 games straight we have to win those games because we don't want to play that team first or whatever. That's how it's going to happen.
If I'm Sam Presti, I think there's one move that puts them over the top that needs some backup point guard depth. I think you go to the Lakers and say, listen, listen.
Offer up your services.
Right here. Sam Presti, Nate Robinson is available.
What's happening?
That works.
I'm saying what's happening. But they do need some scoring off the bench for sure.
Jordan Clarkson.
All right, real quick.
That's huge, because if I'm Lakers, I'm not trading him.
Right.
I'm not letting him go. Randall, none of them are. Me hearing all their names.
No, you can let a few of those other guys go.
Who? Like who?
You can let Randall go.
Why?
Because he's going max
Why not?
money.
And now he can't get max money, but you can get some cheese. You can get a bag.
Yeah, you get a bag, but not max money.
Yeah, you can't get max money.
But that's players nowadays.
You can't get max money. You don't use your right hand. Like, he don't never use his right hand. He had layups. I did the game last night. He don't never use his right.
Tristan Thompson is getting nearly max money, and he can't make like a 4-4.
Well, this is what happens when you ball out for a couple playoff series.
Very true.
That's how you get paid.
Hey, that's real. I can't knock the hustle.
So ain't nobody gonna pay for the team that ain't winning.
Yeah, that's real talk. Nate, listen, you filled in for Mr. Gilbert Arenas, and brother, you just fit right in here out of bounds.
Hey, man,
it's coming for Gilbert's job.
You might be.
I just want to make another guest appearance when he's here. Gilbert, it's been real, man. Thank you. We gotta get some Nate Robinson jerseys here and here, man.
We can make it happen. A 3-time NBA slam dunk award.
Yeah, I have to bring one of my trophies here for y'all.
Dunk on Gilbert, maybe?
Yeah, that can work. That can work.
Nah, for real. When I was in the league, shout out to Gil, man. When I was in the league, I was going through a time when my coach wasn't playing me, you know, and I was, you know, kind of feeling like, you know, my coach was like, stop shooting the ball, blah, blah, blah. So one game I remember I played against the Wizards, and I was going against, you know, Gil, and I had almost a fast break, but I pulled it out. I didn't, you know, pass the ball. And I had wide open three. I pump fake passed it, and the coach called timeout. And after the timeout, Gil walked up to me and was like, I never forget this. I don't even know if he remembers, but he was like, you know, don't ever let them make you be somebody that you're not. You know what I'm saying? You got here for a reason. Yeah. Play your game the way you play, and if they don't like it, they don't like it.
Right.
So I take my hat off to Gil for.
Was that one of the awful hires Isaiah Thomas made in New York by curiosity?
That screamed Mike D'Antoni.
Nah, it wasn't D'Antoni. That was Larry Brown was my rookie year. So Larry Brown was my coach.
Shocking that Larry told you that. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me, no, stop shooting. He's always telling me, you know, stop turning, spin moving, and all this, you know, fancy. He calls it fancy dribbles.
That was a disastrous season in New York.
Yeah, it was. And then my rookie year, Gilbert gave me some nice advice, man. Told me to just be yourself, man. And then after that, I never looked back.
Shout out to Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, for sure.
Cap, listen, great show as always. Again,
thank you coming in.
Nate,
Thank you, Nate,
thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
I'm Pierce Simpson. That wraps up the latest edition of Out of Bounds. We'll see you tomorrow.
Larry told you stop shooting. Shocker of the century.
Bro, he was like the fucking highlight reel. You know, he was on me. And I was just like,
roasting it. That was your rookie year.
Yeah.
Was that D'Antoni where, and be honest, were you trying to get yourself out of New York at this point?
Bro, I never wanted to live. It
was a timeout. You shot the opposition.
I did. No, I just waited for the ball. I waited for the buzzer to go off, and then, you know, like we have no shot to, you know, so I just cut the ball and I just shot it, but I made it.
Yeah.
And he was like furious. I'm like, bro, you know how many people have done that before in the NBA? I Googled it. Exactly. So I looked at him like, why are you on my bumper? Like, I'm the first person to ever do it. And then I'm looking at him like, well, I might have been the first person to ever make the shot on it.